go to the opposite end of the scale. Guest is your parry, block, dodge type of guy. Punch being locked behind block. Block, his primary ability. If a melee attack hits him, he gets his movement speed back, resistance 5 removed, and 1 use for punch. By blocking a ranged attack, suffer from the effects that they give, parry and punch. Charge is meant to push the killer away. His charge can also be used on ramps. Charge and kill them. Block and then punch. Charge and punch. Baiting, generators, items, and even allies. Those are some cool things you could do as guests, so have fun. After doing what school has taught me, research and compile information for studies, yes, I am traumatized, and searching up guides on guest, there are some very good guides and some that are basically mentioning things others said but are rewording them. This video basically aims to take them and my experience, put it in a blender, and then hopefully make a drink that's easy to swallow and kinda good. Wait, something feels off with that. Before we begin, Guest, unlike the other Sentinels, is unique as he boasts roles that the other survivors don't have. Tank. With his passive called Priority by Howdy and an additional 15 HP, he's meant for body blocking on purpose. He will always be the one to get hit if he stands on teammates or buildings. Passive. Guest is meant to watch the killer and adapt their playstyle, whether they are a patient or impatient killer, as mentioned by Purotosu. Use their mistakes and impulses to jump in and gain an advantage. Distraction. 2 moves make you invincible. Use them to your advantage. Be as annoying as possible for the killer by taking hits instead of them hitting the valuable survivor. Counter. Some specific killer moves give you opportunities to use punch. Most are reactable and safe, so use them to your advantage if they are not directed towards you. Support. Although no direct healing or protection, you can extend the loop of the survivor being chased. Locate them and be an escort by being between the survivor and killer. Alternatively, find medkits for low teammates to help them survive even just a little bit longer. If the teammate does have a medkit, you can help them by body blocking for them or stunning the killer, giving them the option to run or heal. Sacrifice. You can take moves on purpose, like Gashing Wound or Walk Speed Override, to save squishier or more vulnerable teammates. Sometimes, this makes the survivor team to win at the small cost of your life. You will have to get used to body blocking a lot as guest. Onto the tips or techniques for all the moves. Block's only technique is mainly baiting. Baiting is where you use a vulnerable situation to gain an advantage. This can be doing a generator, using an item, protecting an ally low on stamina or health, defending a building under attack, attempting to punch the killer, and making a mistake. Generator and item baits are pretty straightforward. Do or use it and then get off and block. It should be simple enough. It's more recommended to do this on Jason than other killers, since Cool Kid has corrupt nature, John Doe can use spikes from a safe distance, and 1x has entanglement and mass infection. Ally or building baits are a little harder because of the chance that the killer uses a move that can hit multiple targets, hitting and or killing the ally or building you were supposed to protect. Punch baiting, something others call double punching, is where you block and punch in quick succession to get another punch. More on that later. Lastly, fault baiting. Probably a new term you haven't heard of before, but the gist is simple. You or your fellow teammates mess up, doesn't have to be on purpose, can be purely on accident, and the killer sees that it's prime time to launch a full-scale attack on your now defenseless teammate. That's where you swoop in, block, get out. Now for charge, a very simple on-paper move, but it holds lots of potential in certain scenarios. This is more commonly used on ledges and cliffs to gain distance, but flat ground works well too. Charge can also be used to kill 1x, Cool Kid, and Nolly's hallucination clones if they don't change it. Combining charge and punch is another technique. Although I don't use it much, it's good to end the chase because you push the killer back and stun them for 2 seconds. Then we have double punch, punch baiting, or block plus punch. I personally call it Divergent Fist, like Yuji Itadori. You get 2 punches for the price of, theoretically, but not realistically, 1 block. The trick with this is to stay patient and keep juking the killer. After that, run in a somewhat straight line for around 40 to 50 stamina, that's 4 to 5 seconds. Afterwards, slow down. By this point, if the killer hasn't been paying attention, they think you ran out of stamina and will now fall for the Divergent Fist. Block and punch in quick succession. When you slow down, wait for them to approach and immediately block and then punch. Doesn't matter if you miss the punch, you get another one anyway, hopefully. This technique is so powerful, the only downside is that if you whiff the block, miss the punch, and the killer doesn't even hit you, you use all of your moves and have charge as your last resort. That really makes me wonder though, who has the high risk, high reward playstyle between guest and chance? And if you do happen to encounter that downside, prepare to eat around 45 to 60 damage depending on who you go against, or 0 if they're skill issued. An extension to the Divergent Fist is what I like to call left, right, Goodnight. Basically, you do the Divergent Fist, and then when the stun cooldown of the killer is over, hit them again with your second punch. Very funny if you ask me, although I prefer using Divergent Fist over and over again. Moving over to the killers, Jason and Cool Kid's primary attacks are unreactable, sometimes predictable, but unreactable. John Doe, 1X, and Noli on the other hand are reactable, so wait for the wind up, and then block. Because of this, they will most likely spam you with range moves until you're low, so be careful. Jason's Behead and Gashing Wound are both reactable, although harder to react to. Behead is not impossible to react to. What is the script? Anyways, Gashing Wound can be blocked if hit by a teammate. No, wait. Gashing Wound can be blocked if it hits a teammate, but it can also be blocked if it's aimed towards you. Cool Kid's Pizza Delivery can be dealt with your charge by killing the minions, and Walk Speed Override can be blocked if you can react fast enough, no matter the distance. John Doe's spikes are blockable, negating the damage but keeping the spikes there. You usually don't want to do this. It's a waste of a block and you can react to John Doe's M1s anyway. 1X's Entanglement is a very dangerous move, as it applies helpless and can't be blocked. Mass Infection on the other hand, can be blocked both up close and ranged. You can block one, but not both. Blocking up close will give you a punch. Make sure to block either to the left or right of 1X. And if he suddenly locks in on you and you get hit by 2 projectiles, that's still 35 damage. Noli's Void Rush can be blocked, but beware of the crazy drift and the teammates around you, since if Noli makes it seem like he goes for you, and you block, one teammate and you can take up to 50 damage. For the maps, any map that Builderman profits, Guest does too, mainly because the ledges are on the map. He also goes very well with Builderman as he can provide stuns and protection to the sentries and dispensers. Now, a mindset you should have while playing Guest that is unique to him is to be patient, calm, and think like the killer. If you can think like the killer, you can predict what moves they use and when. Possibly also how, if you play against John Doe. This is very important to know when to block and when to try out Divergent Fist. I quote from a comment in Vraril's video, "If you manage to master Guest, then the only thing that can match you would be other Guest mains that are killers. It takes one to know one, after all." Those are all the tips and tricks I learned from both other people and my own experience. Hopefully that was a easy to swallow drink. I'm still going back to that analogy. With these guides, it was super fun to get Guest to Milestone 4. And I said it was fun. I did not say it was easy. I nearly gave up when I realized that on the first 3 days, I can't adapt after going from Builderman to Guest. Also, Noli releases on July 11, I made the script on July 8, I recorded the voiceover on July 10, so if something is amiss, I will not edit this video again. Maybe in the future, but not now. Nevertheless, since you've made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, then I will see you on the next one. Maybe. Hopefully. This is zyalpze, signing out.